Well, Councillor Josh Matlow and the Toronto Professional Firefighters Association announced a new campaign to create Ontario's first burn survivor family support centre at a heritage fire hall on Eglinton Avenue. And he joins us live now with more on these details. Good morning, Councillor. Tell us about it.
Hi, Jamie. Thank you very much. Well, there have been families from all over Ontario who come to Toronto for the burn units that we have at Sunnybrook and the hospital for sick children. But it is incredibly costly to get hotel accommodation in this city. So I've teamed up with the Toronto Professional Firefighters Association to turn a heritage fire hall on Eglinton Avenue West near Chaplin into Ontario's first family support center for burn survivors. This is a place that, for a nominal fee, these families will finally be able to come, have a place to stay, get professional support, therapy, what they need, meet other families that are going through the same trauma and experience, but most importantly, have ready and easy access to the healthcare that they need. There's also going to be a firefighter museum at the base of the building to celebrate, commemorate, and share the stories of these heroes who, frankly, our firefighters are the people who run into buildings when the rest of us are running out of them. And this is just a beautiful and deeply meaningful initiative that I'm really proud to be working on.
When someone visits, one of these burn units, it's not just, the patient that is going through a lot. It's the families that also wear a lot of the burden.
Yeah.
I can imagine this is going to alleviate a lot of those financial stresses and just, the overall anxiety of the situation that they're dealing with.
Yeah, we often forget that while, we're very proud to have universal health care in Canada, if you're from a city outside of Toronto, if you're from Thunder Bay, Sault Ste. Marie, wherever you're from, and you need to come to our city for the health care and the support that you need for your family, it can be prohibitively costly. You also can feel alone. And to have a center that is designed for you, for your needs, it'll cost roughly $25 a day to stay there, just to kind of pay to, do the laundry. But ultimately, it's virtually free for these families. It also will create a space where they can access therapy, they can talk to other families, they're not alone. Going through, being a survivor of a fire can be incredibly traumatizing, incredibly difficult. And what we want to do is take the burden of the cost away from these families so that they can focus solely and entirely on healing and getting through it together. And we want a place to give them that support. And we're doing it.
Councillor, and speaking of the costs, can you tell us a little bit more about how much it is going to keep this facility running and where the funds coming from?
Yeah, so we need to refurbish a beautiful heritage fire hall that was built in 1932. It was the original Forest Hill Fire Hall at Chaplin and Eglinton. It's been used for many years by Metrolinx during their seemingly 1,000-year LRT construction, but it's ours again. And so it's going to take some work to refurbish it and then put it back into use. So it'll be about $12 million. I'm going to be dedicating a little over $1 million of what's called Section 37, formerly a way to get development fees that are going to contribute to this. But the Firefighters Association will also be working with other associations, both national and international, to contribute. We're also engaging the provincial and federal governments to contribute, and we're building up a team of partners to make this into a reality. Ultimately, it'll be operated and supported by the charitable arm of the Toronto Professional Firefighters Association, and they're ready to operate this. They're ready to provide that support for these families, and I have no doubt that we will get that money together. But the first thing that we needed to do is get City Council support, which we have now. In fact, it just went to committee successfully today to begin the lease negotiation to hand it over to the firefighters to provide this critically important service.
And very quickly, before I let you go, when could we see this facility open?
I don't want to make up a date. We got a lot of work to do as far as getting the lease agreement and getting the building back into working condition. But I can tell you this much, getting from the motion that I moved just last December to a point now that we have the go-ahead to get the lease agreement going is lightning speed when it comes to city time, city processes. So I'm hopeful that in the next few months, we'll get the agreement signed, done, and as long as we get the money together, we can put the building back into working order. So it will not take years, but it certainly, I wish, but it's not going to take weeks either.
Sounds like a very good initiative. We appreciate your time, Councillor. Thank you.
Thanks, Jamie.